So today we're doing a dynasty challenge. We're trying to recreate the 1996 through 2003 Yankees, where they won pennants, postseason appearances, but the main thing we're trying to recreate is the 4 World Series titles in 5 years. So that is the rebuild challenge today. 4 World Series titles in 5 years. So I hope you do enjoy it. If you do, thumbs up down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoy the content. And of course, guys, get in the comment section. Do you think it's possible to win 4 World Series in 5 years in today's baseball? Do you think that's possible? Let me know in the comment section down below. Of course, my most recent video is going to be up here in the top corner. Go and give it a watch if you missed it already. And let's get into this. Man, this one's going to be tough. So what I'm going to do to make this a little bit more interesting is I'm going to do a fantasy draft. You know, it's one of those things where I don't just want to pick the Yankees, or I just don't want to pick the Dodgers, because then, you know, you know what to expect. You know what's gonna happen, and I feel like that's just kind of like meh, you know. So let's hop into this. We're gonna pick the Orioles. So fantasy draft is on. Another thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn ignore budgets on, so that the CPU can go crazy with signings and things like that. But for me, I still have to worry about the budget. I want that to be a normal rebuild aspect. So here we go. Are we gonna have the last pick? 21st pick. That's not the best. And so what I'm going to do, I'll probably show you like the first couple picks, but then I'll do the rest off camera. Let's get into it. So I'm going to go with Anthony Rendon. I mean, I was kind of hoping we would have had a little bit higher pick, but oh well. I'm going to take Clayton Kershaw next. I got to also keep in mind contracts while doing this. So this is going to be a little bit tough. I'm going to take Mitch Garver, number 3. I mean, I don't know, man. Our pick is such in a weird spot that I don't really know who to go with here. I'm going to go shortstop next, because shortstops are getting a little... not on the lower side, because there still are some glitchy low rated shortstops, but I want to go, I get Jorge Polanco quite often, so let's go with someone a little bit different. Willy Adames. I'm gonna take Anthony Rizzo, and then the rest of the picks I'm gonna do off camera. I'm not feeling confident in this team so far, so we'll see what we can do. All right, so the draft's over. I don't feel confident with this team. This is a team that, like, I like some of the players. I think we did okay, but for the most part, I'm feeling a little unsure. So let's take a look. So our starters are going to be Kershaw, Tanaka, Yarbrough, Williams, not Kazmir. No. Mangden is going to be our 5th. You know, a couple okay. You know, Velasquez isn't bad to have down there. A couple B potential guys, but for the most part, I'm like, I don't really feel confident. The bullpen, a couple good arms as well. Floro, Stripling, Strom, a couple extra pitchers that we don't really need here. Let's go with Brennan down there as well. And then why isn't Colomé? Colomé's not even on the 40 man. What? Let's take off Jake McGee. There's no reason for him to be on the 40 man. We'll take him off, and let's put Colomé on the 40 man, because there's no reason why he shouldn't be on the 40 man. He's definitely one of the better relievers we have. So our 2 catchers are going to be Garver and Cervelli. So Garver is going to be the starter. Rizzo at first. Second base, Sogard. I actually kind of wanted Hansen in the majors. I think he could be kind of a glitchy bat for us. So let me do that as well. I see the CPUs kind of getting all involved and picking and choosing who I want on my team, which I don't like. But let's go with Hansen on the team as well. So you guys can see our second baseman, Arias, Sogard, and Hansen. Third base of Rendon and Headley. Okay. And then we got shortstop Willy Adames. Left field, David Peralta. Center field, Hicks and Canna. And then in right field, we have Soler and Thames. So you can tell a lot of power in the lineup. This is going to be our starting rotation once we get Mangden over there. We're going to have Stripling in the long relief role. Pazos. Man, this is going to be tough. But I think this is going to be the team. Colomé, Iglesias, Pazos, Russin, Strom, and Floro. Definitely need to figure out a little bit better arm besides Russin and Pazos to be that extra lefty. But to be honest, not a bad rotation in bullpen. And this is kind of what I'm looking like for the starters. I don't think Thames is going to start. I definitely want Hicks in the lineup. Like, I actually like Hicks's bat. And then this will be our bench. You know what? The more I look at it, I kind of like the team. I kind of like it more and more that I like I'm looking at it. Arias is good leadoff guy. David Peralta, very consistent bat. Rendon, yeah. Soler, Rizzo, Canna, yeah. I like this team a little. Yeah. The more I look at it, I like it. So only changes I want to do, I want to find another really strong lefty to add to this, because I don't really have faith in Russin or Pazos. But outside of that, you know what? This team's looking pretty good. The budget is over. I know that. But looking at it, Tanaka's contract will go down. You know, Jake McGee's out of here. We don't need him anymore. And then a couple other players, we can either get rid of them or put them on smaller contracts. We're actually in a really good spot. Let's go make that trade for an extra lefty. Or maybe there's like a lefty sitting here that we could use. Never mind. Let's go make a trade for a lefty. I'm going to trade Russin and Bautista for Tim Hill. You know, a kind of a good lefty. Sometimes he does well, sometimes he does poorly. But that's going to be the change. That's going to be the only change for the team. And we should be good now. You know what? I have faith in this team. Let's go see where we're ranked as an organization as I'm covering it. Defense and speed, terrible. Yeah, but contact, power, and pitching are up there. I like this team. So I think... I'm trying to think, is the draft going to be helpful for us? It actually might. So let's get into the season. We'll see how the draft goes, and I'll see you guys once we figure out who our draft picks are. All right, let's take a look at our draft picks. I have a feeling we did actually really well. So let's take a look and see how we did. So I did go with the closer first one because I looked at the other good picks that were available, and I felt like this was one that could actually make an impact in our bullpen by the time we get to like season 4, season 5. And then we don't have to worry about spending big bucks on a closer. Colin Stahl looks pretty solid. You know, you can see his stats there. Les Glover, for an outfielder with really good contact, I like the looks of him. Jeff Ballard, 74 overall with 80 potential. That was a big pickup for us. Love to see it. We got Derek Trotter. Wasn't as good. But then we got Malcolm Bouchard, 74 overall with 85 potential. Lyle Turnwall, 89 potential, and nice potential for Andres Piedra. And there we go. That was a good draft. I'm pretty happy with that one. So here we go. Let's finish off the season. All right, so this is the crazy thing. We actually did really well. No, I'm just kidding. There was nothing crazy. 105 wins, 57 losses. We won the division, and we're taking on the winner of the wild card. So we're not winning the World Series. That's just, come on. You know what's gonna happen. So ERA's low, average is fantastic. It looks like we're actually the best team in baseball. Okay, that makes me even more worried because that definitely means we're not winning the World Series. Soler and Rendon, league leading stats for offense, and then for pitching, Tanaka and Kershaw are up there. Okay, so I like to see that. So let's see, anybody else popping up for any good like offensive stats? Maybe home runs. We got Soler and Rendon up there. Love it. And then we take a look at awards. Silver Slugger, MVP, Hank Aaron, and 2 Gold Gloves. So Soler and Rendon 1 and 2 for MVP. You love to see that. Kershaw was number 2 for Cy Young behind Jacob deGrom. And then when we take a look at the rest of the award winners, I'm trying to see if we have anybody else, but doesn't look like it. All right, so let's take a look at the pitching staff. This is where like I had my worries, my doubts. So let's see how it went. Stripling, he's probably going to give me one more year of good relief, so we'll keep with that. Floro, solid. Matt Strom wasn't as good as I would have hoped, but you know what? He still got the job done. Pretty happy with it. Tim Hill, I was a little hesitant about him, but he got the job done as well. You know what? James Pazos surprised me. Not a bad season, not great, but you know what? Did better than what I expected. Rizal struggled a bit, and Colomé struggled a bit, so we might need to look into a setup and closer that we can really have some faith in. That's really what we need. So Kershaw was great. Yarborough was all right. You know, Tanaka was pretty good. Mangden was outstanding, and then of course Trevor Williams. So it's looking like Mangden would have been more of our 2 that if we, you know, for the just to have some faith in based on his regular season. And then everybody else 3, 4, 5. So let's take a look at our team, see how things are going on the bench. Not terrible, you know, it wasn't bad at all. Hanson, not so much, but you know, I mean, we have Lagares, you know, Ronnie Rodriguez, Nick Gordon, who could potentially be bench bats for us next year. And realistically, that's probably what I'll do. I'll just bring in some really young guys to fill out the minors and then just rock with some of the bench bats that we have in the minors. So Arias, not as good as I'm used to seeing. You know, I'm used to seeing like 300 average, around like closer to an 800 OPS, even though it's not bad. On base percentage is really high though, so I'm not too upset. David Peralta, very, very solid. Really friendly contract too. That's really why I picked him up. Rendon put up MVP numbers. Soler was MVP. And then you got Rizzo, who, man, that's a little disappointing. You've got Mark Canha, who was decent. Mitch Garver was good. Aaron Hicks, okay, I was hesitant about him just based on the fact that he's got a $10 million contract, but those are decent numbers. Willy Adames, okay. So, you know what? I'm pretty happy with the team. You know, I could definitely be a lot more of a stickler and be like, man, we should have had 130 wins and everybody should have hit 300. But to be honest, not a bad year as we sweep the Indians. We're going to be taking on the Royals now. So let's get our best team situated. And yeah, just like that. So here we are taking on the Royals. And, ooh, we can't lose this game, can we? No, we can, but we didn't. And we're about to possibly be knocked out. So quick manage, hopping into it. Let's see what we do. Alrighty, taking on the Royals. You guys can see their lineup there. Bouchard, Stanton, Carlos Santana. That's a pretty solid heart of the lineup. Outside of that, though, not the scariest of teams. You know, and I mean, we're already up 3-0. So that's a great start to the game. Love to see that. Ooh, that you don't want Chris Taylor hitting home runs because you know bad things are going to happen. Rendon gets us one of those runs back, though, and we're up 4-2. So if Yarbrough can give us 5 innings, I'll be happy with that. Chris Taylor's got 2 home runs. All right, so Yarbrough's going to come out, but I'm pretty happy with the way the team is doing. Can we get a couple runs here? An insurance run. There we are. And we'll take out Yarbrough. We're going to bring in... Let's go Floro. Probably could have gone with the starter. That probably would have been the smarter move. But you know what? The team's doing their job. They're getting runs in. As I say that, we bring in another. And can we bring in some more? Aaron Hicks clears the bases with a triple, and we're looking great. So you know what? Let's just save the starting rotation a little bit. Normally you want to save the bullpen, but I have faith in Pazos to shut the door here. He does, and we're taking on the Dodgers. The Dodgers, how do they do it? No matter what happens, the Dodgers are always in the World Series. Like, how? Like, what's the deal here? What's the secret? You know? How can I do that? Because I feel like I just can't. Like, I feel like the Dodgers have it like somewhere in the coding that they're just meant to go to the World Series no matter what. Like, I just feel like that's the case. So, Kershaw, Syndergaard, we take the loss. We get that win, though. Another loss, a win. We're 1 away from the World Series, and it comes down to a Game 7. Not what I wanted. Like, this is not what I wanted at all. So we're going to go with Tanaka. And looking at their lineup, Rojas, Cooper, Machado, Renfroe, Lux. I'm looking at the lineup, not amazing, right? Like, I feel like who we just played had a little bit better of a lineup. Like, this one, I'm like, it's not bad. But, like, I'm assuming their pitching was just outstanding. So far, it is a little bit of a pitcher's duel. There we go, Rendon. We needed that. 3 runs on the homer, and so far, so good. Tanaka's pitching well. He gets us out of that. Oof. And then Peralta goes deep, makes it 4-0. And, you know, Tanaka's got a lot of stamina for the game already. Like, he's looking like he's just having an outstanding performance. His 5th hit is allowed there. 1 run does come in, so we're going to take him out. We're just going to be safe. And let's go to Iglesias. He gets that 1 out that we needed. And we didn't get an insurance run. I'm going to let Iglesias shut it out. Never mind. I'm going to go to Colome. Can he shut the door? Please shut the door. A sac fly. Won the World Series. 1 for 1. Woo, let's get into the offseason. Actually, no, let's take a look at who won the MVPs. Playoff MVP Aaron Hicks and Willy Adames, World Series MVP. Wow. Okay. 1 for 1. Great start. We need 3 more in the next 4 years. Let's get into the offseason. All right. Tanaka, I'm going to offer a 1-year deal to Anthony Rizzo. Man, this is tough because it's like, it is $10 million. I'm going to do a club option though. And I'm going to backload it. So like the bigger part of his contract's on the 2nd year. And if it doesn't go well, then we let him walk. Colome. Maybe as a setup guy, if I can get up on like a really cheap deal, again, backload the contract. If things go great, then we're in a good spot. And I'm Lagares, no. Sogard, no. I'm gonna let the rest go. Let's just save the money. Let's see what we can do. I'll hire pitching coaches and a farm director off camera, and let's get into the good stuff. So 40 man. if maybe Adams, you know, arbitration wise, let's offer it to everybody. Yeah, let's just offer it to everybody, see how that goes. Contracts, we're gonna offer it to everybody as well. If I don't offer it to anybody, it's gonna be like guys with like really low potential and low overall. So that's gonna be the move. So season 2, we're gonna start the season with a trade for a new pitcher. I like completely missed the whole section of that sentence. We're gonna acquire Dylan File. I always see his name pop up. I think we've gotten him once and he kind of fell off pretty quickly, but I'm gonna give him a shot, see how he does. And yeah, that's gonna be the trade for Trevor Williams and Ronnie Rodriguez. And I'll quickly kind of show you what we did this offseason. Some new names, you know, Anthony Alford. Who else did I sign this offseason that is of note? Sean Doolittle was a signing, and then Zach Granite was a signing. But I kept it mostly like re-signing players, bringing them back just to kind of get, you know, just a better feel for the team, because I feel like we've got a good team. I do want to get rid of Tim Hill though. I want to bring in another. I think I want to bring in a righty. Pazos did well. Iglesias, I'm going to give a shot. Colome, I'm going to give a shot. It's their last. They've only got like 1 or 2 years on their deals anyways. So we might as well just see what we can do with the team. These two are, you know, I have faith in them being long relievers. Our starting rotation was fantastic. So realistically, I just want to bring in one arm for Tim Hill. And then looking at the lineup, it's good. I think we could get better though. You know, I'm going to bring up, where is he? I'm either going to bring up Granite or, yeah, I think it's going to be Granite that's going to be coming up to be a bench bat for us. And then outside of that, you know, the team looks really good. I really like the team. I think we did really well last year. The only change, maybe trade Mark Canha too and just get like a proper DH, you know, someone that's just going to crush home runs, which you look at Mark Canha, that's what he's going to do. But let's trade Tim Hill. Let's trade Mark Canha. Let's see what we can get. All right, Tim Hill, Alec Bettinger, and then Desan Brown for Trevor Hildenberger. That's our one reliever. Whew. I'm going to give Josh Naylor a shot. We may end up needing a new first baseman if Rizzo doesn't work out anyways, and we don't really have anybody there. So let's trade Canha, Wong, and Caprillion for Josh Naylor. There we go. All right, so after those moves, this is the team. I like it a lot. You know, the only change after those moves was the big one, which, I mean, wasn't even that big. It was just Josh Naylor. And you're probably thinking, you wanted someone who hits home runs. Well, yes, but I'm looking at our team. We have Rendon, we have Soler, we have Garver. Rizzo's going to hit a good amount. Peralta, you know, Josh Naylor is going to be that guy who, if Rizzo doesn't work out, we could always just put Naylor at first and then let Rizzo walk in free agency, use the, $10 million that we put into his contract and put it into a better DH, or if someone else doesn't do well, take that money, spend it somewhere else. So budget wise, we're just within budget. And looking for the future, Iglesias becomes a free agent, so we're gonna need a new reliever. Soler, Tanaka. So there's a couple names here and there that I'll definitely keep my eye on, but for now, I like the team. Once again, it looks really good. So this season, if we get any good draft picks, I'll show you guys. If not, I'll see you guys at the end of the year. All right, so I was expecting maybe 1 or 2 good picks out of this draft, but oh wow, we'll go this corner. Batista, Barreto, we got Guzman, Connolly, another center fielder who looks really good. We got Tremi. What are these odds? I mean, yeah, I went closer first round again. They just improve very quickly. It's good to get bullpen help. Barreto next round, he's got really good stats. We've got a good pitcher, another starting pitcher, a center fielder who looks like he could potentially be in the lineup anytime soon, and then another starter who is 71 overall. Like, what a draft. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. All right, so we kind of took a step back. That's worrying. 94 and 68. We're a wild card team. So missed out on the division by 4 games, and a big difference. I already see that the average went down by like 10 points. And then also ERA went up by like 20 points, which is insane. So looking around the league, it looks like it's going to be just super competitive every single division. Like that's what it looks like. So league leaders, Rendon for batting average, and then Tanaka and Kershaw had their respective league leading stats. But I mean, Acuna with the Astros. Wow. Okay. I don't know. Looking at it, it looks like a lot of players took a step back, so we might need to figure something out. So Rendon was in the MVP race again. Bregman won it there. Trout and Severino with their awards, a batting title. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Our team looks, it just doesn't look as good. Strom isn't doing well. Stripling did pretty solid. You know, Dylan Floro did well. Ooh, wow. That was like night and day for Pazos. Hildenberger was good. Iglesias was fantastic. Colome, not so much. And then Doolittle was good as well. So when we take a look at our pitching, Kershaw, what happened? Like, what changed? Yeah, he's a little bit older, but like, wow. Okay, Yarbrough got better. Tanaka was about the same. You know, Mengden was a little worse than he was last year. And Dylan File was atrocious. Wow. Okay. Well then, so that's not good to see. And then our bench, not great, so we couldn't rely on anybody on the bench. And then Arias was better. Peralta got worse. Ooh, that's maybe you need to start lowering him in the lineup. Anthony Rendon was great. Soler wasn't as good as he was last year. Mitch Garver was about the same. Rizzo improved, definitely improved, which is good to see. Josh Naylor wasn't as good as he was last year. Adames. Aaron Hicks was good. Okay, that's good. All right, so yeah. So Soler wasn't as good. Peralta wasn't as good. Josh Naylor wasn't that great. Adames, about the same. So Naylor was kind of the big yikes. So it comes down to this game. So we might as well just quick manage it and hop into it. All right, Kershaw time. Going against the Astros, and they have a stacked lineup. Like, it's stacked. It's stacked. We're up 3-0 though. That's great. I mean, they have Mondesi, they have Acuna, Olsen, Ozuna, Yasiel Puig at the bottom. We got out of that situation. No runs scored. So maybe Kershaw is not going to be playoff Kershaw. We're going to get regular season Kershaw, and we're going to beat the Astros no problem. It's 5-0. It's 6-0. Things are looking good. So through 6, looking pretty solid. And 8 innings for Kershaw. Okay. Let's make it 9 possibly. There we go. Complete game shutout. There we are. That's and a 14 strikeouts, 5 hits allowed. We're taking on the Rays now. And we'll just go like this. And I mean, Dylan File, man, that was not what you want to see, you know, for a newly acquired pitcher. And game 5, man. And it sucks that we have Dylan File's not pitching. All right, we're going to go Kershaw again. Like, we need our best pitcher, right? David Peralta goes deep, which is good to see. A double there. 1 run scores, but we got out of it. And let's see if we can add to it. There we go. Aaron Hicks gives us a run. So they have Semien, Bregman, Gary, Kepler. I mean, Dickerson's a good bat, too. This is a good team. This is a good team indeed. Going against Miles Michaelis. And so far, so good. Could have had another run there. The runner was thrown out, though, so that's disappointing to see. Kershaw gets out of that inning. So 5 innings so far for Kershaw. And he is a little bit tired, so I'll probably only go 6 with him. Probably leave it there. And hopefully we can hold on to this lead. Do I get greedy with it? I got greedy with it. He's done after 7, though. We got to be smart with this one. We're going to go to our bullpen. We're going to go Iglesias. Yes, perfect. Any insurance runs? No. So it all comes down to Doolittle coming in, shutting the door, hopefully. He does. We're taking on the Mariners in the ALCS. Whew. Talk about a series, man. So it's going to be Yarbrough, Tanaka, Kershaw. Perfect. All right, so game 1, we take the win. Game 2, we take that win too. Game 3, another win. And 4, oh, yes, we're back in the World Series taking on the Padres. So let's go Yarbrough, Kershaw, Mengden, and we'll see how it goes from there. So game 1 against the Padres, we lose. Oh no. Game 2, we lose again. We win that one, we lost. So we're 1. Is this the year we bow out and just, you know, hopefully we can go for the rest of the season? I'm gonna put my faith in the CPU to handle this sim. We win. Kershaw. Oh, man. All right. We got to win out the rest of the World Series. Oh, man. Oh, we got to win out the rest of the seasons. That's going to be tough. So let's get into the offseason. All right, so the negotiations you can see is Kershaw, Soler, and Iglesias. The rest of the players I'm going to walk. I also picked up Rizzo's deal. So we need a new manager. I'm going to do that off camera, but let's get into it, see how this goes. And 40-man, nobody there. Arbitration-wise, I'm going to let Stripling go. Man, Strom's been so bad. I'm going to let Pazos go, and then I'm going to bring back everybody else, I guess. You know, Josh Naylor was a huge disappointment. Season 3, we're starting with an acquisition for a reliever. We're going to trade Peralta and Stone for Presley. We need that setup guy. There is that move. I definitely want to make a couple more changes, so let me see what I can find. All right, we're going to trade Pazos, Diosbel, Arias, and Anthony Alford for Caleb Ferguson. So that's our new lefty in the bullpen. And I think that's everything. Why am I getting... Oh, these are postseason awards from last year, so they had to show us that for some reason. Completed transactions. Not too sure why I need to have that highlighted, but here we go. This is the team. Yeah, I mean, it's good, but like, man, Dylan File was so bad last year, and the reason I'm hesitant to get rid of him now is because we have this guy, Malcolm Bouchard, who looks unbelievable, who I might just throw into the rotation next year after one more year of development. Like, I feel like that might be a move, and then just see how that goes. Looking at our like pitching prospects, we have Colin Stahl. That's one. We also had another guy. Where is he? It's not Brennan. I have another one. Is he in the like double, like single A or something? Because like we have a couple more like good bullpen arms to look forward to. Lineup wise, we do have a couple guys, you know, Swaggerty, Bronson Kalita. Looks like he's gonna have a little bit of pop. Jeff Ballard, you know, he actually looks kind of decent. He could come up next year, even though he's got C potential. Barney Lyles was a guy signed in free agency. Probably not going to feature, but okay. We got some names. Naylor, Feliciano from the Rule 5 draft as a backup catcher. And you guys can kind of see the team here. We brought in Conforto. We do have Zach Granite still. Probably could use a little bit better of a DH. And by DH, I mean probably like a better starting left fielder. But the team looks good. I like it a lot. I think we're still ranked number 1 in baseball. We are. And if I were to make any changes, it would just be Dylan File. Like, he just doesn't seem like he's figuring it out. Even Matt Strom's not really figuring it out. So that's a little worrisome. Let's see how it goes. Season 3, we're within budget again. We've actually improved the budget. Only free agents to worry about are Rizzo, who I'm okay with letting him walk. We could probably get a really good first baseman next year. Doolittle becomes a free agent. He's 35. Probably good to let him walk too. And then Tanaka will probably need a new starting pitcher. So closer, starting pitcher, first baseman for next season. I feel like we could definitely make those changes. So let's see how this season goes. We need to win a World Series. Otherwise, we fail the challenge. All right, so we're back on top, winning the division with 100 wins, 62 losses. There we go. Taking on the winner of the wild card. So back on top, back where we needed to be. Won the division by quite a bit. And offensively, still think that average is pretty low. But we were the best team in baseball. So that's good to see. League leaders, Yarbrough with wins. Doolittle with saves. Okay. And let's see if we can make any changes to the team this offseason. Because it's looking like offensively, we were kind of lacking. So maybe that's where we kind of make the most changes. So we had some gold gloves and we had delivery man of the year. So I think first base is going to be an area that I definitely look to improve. And I have someone in mind. I just don't know if we're going to be able to get them. So here we go. Let's see what the team did. So Velasquez, not fantastic. Neither was Strom. So I think the Strom experiment's done. I'm just going to let him walk. Hildenberger, not that great. Iglesias was good. Wow, not great for Ferguson, not great from Floro. Presley was good, and then Sean Doolittle was outstanding. Love to see it. Like I said, we have some names to look forward to. Batista's one. We have Flynn, but the big one I'm looking forward to bringing up next year is Malcolm Bouchard. He's coming in. I don't care how we get him into the starting lineup or anything like that, but he's going to be here. So Kershaw has been a little disappointed. Like, he's not having bad years, but he's not having Kershaw years if you're picking up what I'm putting down. So Yarbrough was all right. Actually, he was pretty good. The whip's good. ERA's a little high, but Tanaka was good. Mangden was good. And Dylan File. Okay. So the thing is, Tanaka is 33. I don't think he's going to continue to do this. So I'm thinking we're going to put in Bouchard right there. And I think we should be fine. Lineup wise, let's see how things went. Naylor improved a little bit. Smaller sample size for appearances, but did pretty solid. Arias, good. You know, like he's getting on base. Conforto did well. Rendon did well. Soler did very well. Garver did great. Yeah, Rizzo's time's done. He's not putting up terrible numbers. He's just not putting up really good numbers. Zach Granite was actually not terrible. You know, Willie Adames is getting better. And then Aaron Hicks is maybe going down. So maybe he's somebody that we look to improve upon as well. And we have a crazy amount of outfielders. We have Ballard, who I'd consider giving him a shot. Swaggerty as well. We have Kalita, who I don't think his hitting stats are there yet, so I'm probably going to let him sit in the minors for a couple more seasons. But I definitely think we have some names to look forward to now. Like, we actually have a decent little farm system starting to come together. Les Glover's getting better. So, all right. We have names for sure. So, here we go. Can we do this? Can we do this? And why? Like, why can't we ever just, you know, win a World Series? So there's that. Wildcard team smacked us around. We're on to the next one. We're going to see if we can make it 3 World Series in 5 years. It's still a possibility. Our contract came to an end, but they brought us back anyway. So 3 years is done. We have to win the next 2 World Series to at least make this a respectable challenge. Otherwise, we look like absolute fools. So I'm gonna. Ooh, how did Iglesias do? Decent. He only wants $4 million. I'm gonna take that option, and then we're gonna let the rest walk. So there we go. I can't believe that just happened. Like, I can, but like I can't. You know what I mean? I'm gonna add the first 3 to the 40-man arbitration. You know what? Let's just add everybody, and then contracts. Yeah. Add everybody as well. So I do need a first baseman. Like, we need one. All right, we're in a tough spot. Free agency didn't go great, and now I'm starting to think we might not even win 3 World Series, which would suck. I'm gonna trade Swaggerty and Hicks for Dominic Smith. That's a new first baseman. Let's take a look at the team, because like I said, free agency wasn't too kind to us. I'm thinking about trading Mangden, getting a really good pitcher out of that, and then probably a new bullpen arm. I don't have faith in Hildenberger, and that's really about it. Probably just him. And then when we look at the lineup, you guys can see that we have quite a few people here and there. Conforto looks like he's going to be playing the outfield here. Maybe JD Martinez in left, which sounds crazy. But there we go. I guess we could kind of rock like this. You know, Dom Smith, not necessarily the guy I wanted for first base. I really wanted Josh Bell. I also tried to get Pete Alonso. He's just out of our reach. So we're in a weird spot for sure. This is definitely not the spot I wanted to be in, but we're going to make it work. So yeah, Dom Smith's going to play first base for us. Center field is going to be Conforto, and then I guess Soler and JD Martinez in the corner, which sounds terrible. That sounds like the worst thing that could be for us, but we're gonna have to make it work. So yeah, that's our team. That is our team. We're gonna have to make it work. I don't know how we're gonna make it work. We have a lot of good hitters. It's just the pitching is a little suspect. So I'm gonna trade Mangden, and then I'm gonna try to find a new reliever. I'll see you guys in a sec. Mangden, Tremi, and Gordon are going to get us Jose Urquidy. And now I need to find that bullpen arm for us, and then we should be good to go. We're going to go Batista, Gerber, and Hildenberger for Seth Lugo. That should do it. That should be good enough to get us through for the season. We're going to have Urquidy there, File, Bouchard, and then this is the team. I might even go like that. We do have quite a few players becoming free agents this year. I'm talking about Kershaw. We've got Soler. As you can see, I brought in Edwin Diaz on a 2-year deal. JD Martinez, Presley, Iglesias. But also, there's a lot of good names becoming free agents at the end of this season from other teams. So we could go kind of crazy. Our budget's in a good place. And like, I like the team. I definitely think we can win a World Series, but like with this team, like this is a really good team. I just need everything to go my way, which doesn't really happen ever. So we're currently ranked second, and that's because we don't have any speed or defense. When you got JD Martinez and Soler covering the corners for you, and I mean, even, you know, Conforto in center isn't the best. And like, I tried to get a better center fielder. I even tried to get Yelich. He's just a little bit out of our trade range. So I'm hoping we do really well this year, and then we can just kind of bank on free agency being outstanding. Because like, and I mean, we could even make some crazy trades with some of the prospects that we have. So hopefully this year goes well, and then next year, if it doesn't, we're gonna have to blow up the team, really trade a lot of these prospects and see what we can get. So I'll see you guys at the end of the year. So this was one of the teams I was worried about the most throughout this rebuild, and to be honest, it was the best team, I think, based on wins and losses. 110 wins, 52 losses, taking on the winner of the wild card, which we all know what that means. Holy cow. Okay, we're gonna look at that Red Sox team, because that team is insane, and we're 5th in baseball. So yeah, we definitely need to take a look at that Red Sox team really quick, because wow, they look pretty good. Robert, Keyboom, Bryant, Lowe. Yeah, that's a good top part of the lineup. Even the bottom half of their lineup's not bad. And then when we take a look at their pitching, okay, so yeah, we gotta pray we don't match up with them. That's really what it comes down to. Soler, Rendon, JD Martinez, they all popped off. Urquidy and Kershaw did well. That I like to see. So we do have some players I've been kind of keeping my eye on while I was simming, to kind of just check out, see how they were developing and things like that. It's like in our farm system. And we got an MVP for Soler once again. Rendon, Hank Aaron, and a gold glove. So Rendon, both times beaten out by Soler for MVP. But so I was looking at some of our prospects, seeing if we could have any of them possibly pop up. And really the only one that could is this guy. I mean, he looks really good. Even his potential's been going up. I probably should pop up to this corner so you can see him. Like, he actually looks really good. He's only 22. So, like, he's also 20. That's what I meant to say. And then the only other one would have been the second baseman, who looks like he got called up, Kalita. Yeah, but he doesn't look that great anymore. So I've been looking around, and really it would just be that center fielder. And we kind of need one. We're going to let JD Martinez go. That is probably going to be our center fielder next year. So let's take a look at the team, see how we did offensively. You know, Naylor's improving. Granite's been like a good little platoon outfielder. And then we look at our leadoff guy, Arias. He's good. Willie Adames had a good season. Rendon had he was second in MVP. Soler was outstanding. You know, JD Martinez was good for a 1-year deal. Conforto did unbelievable. Garver's still doing well. Edwin Rios, who I picked up in free agency, wasn't bad. Dominic Smith wasn't great. He becomes a free agent though, so we can just try to get a really good first baseman, which is probably going to be the move. Hopefully we can actually get one of those good first basemen. Vince Velasquez probably isn't going to stay on the team anymore. We just don't really have anybody else who could be a long reliever for us. I'm looking to make some big moves. I'm going to bring up Stahl. He's got good per nines, might as well. And then outside of that, we don't really have anybody else who could possibly come up. Like, we do have a couple good arms. We just don't have any great ones. So we'll see how that goes. Floro was outstanding. So was Ferguson. Iglesias. Presley was okay. Lugo was okay. And Diaz was great. I love to see that. We picked him up. He's a great closer for us. Kershaw in his final season was still very good. You know, Yarbrough, he wasn't fantastic. We definitely are going to need some pitching, though, this offseason. So we're going to have to be smart about that. Urquidy was good. Dylan File was great, and I almost traded him away, so I'm glad I didn't. And then Bouchard in his rookie season, unbelievable. So let's not get knocked out by the wildcard team, you know? Let's hope we do well, and please don't lose another game. Dude, we're about to lose again. Like, I don't understand it. All right, Kershaw is on the mound. I didn't want to face Boston. They were the one team I just didn't want to face, and of course we are, but we're up 3-1. So I feel like if we can get past them, we should be okay. I feel like this is going to be the toughest opponent that we have. So far so good. We're up 5-1, make it 6-1, and we have Kershaw on the mound. So if he's on the mound, I'm going to be comfortable. It's 6-2. So far so good. And I mean, we're adding more and more and more to it. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. and Kershaw's still pitching well. I'm gonna let him go. You know, might as well. Like 8 innings with two runs allowed, and now it's 3. I'm gonna take him out just to be safe. We'll bring in Presley, and that was close. A home run there would have, that would have been bad. So we win. We advance. We're taking on the Rangers. I need to move Kershaw down. We'll do 2 spots and see how that goes. So here we go against the Rangers, and we're 1 game away from advancing, and we lost. We lost. Are you kidding me? All right, Kershaw again. I'm throwing the faith in him, and looking at their team, they've got Jordan. Oh, okay. So we're down 1-0. Not the best to start, but Willy Adames, I think he's been popping off this postseason. Like, I've been keeping track of the team and the lineup and everything. He's doing well. So 2-2 ball game. Kershaw versus Bumgarner. Okay, we take the lead. Let's advance. Come on, let's add to it. Couldn't. Come on, no runs here. That was big. If we could get like 2 or 3 more runs, I will be so happy. And there's one of them. That's good. If Kershaw can get me through 6, perfect. All right, we'll go to the bullpen after this, and let's see how we can finish it off. So, wow, our bullpen is looking kind of beat up. Ooh, they didn't score there. That's big. And can we add to our lead? Josh Naylor brings in 1. I like to see that. Let's go Seth Lugo. Oh boy. Oh boy. It is a 1-run game. Okay, so that was not what I wanted, but we're in the 9th. We're gonna bring in the closer Edwin and Jordan. I swear to God. Whoo! We're in the World Series again, though. We're in the World Series again. And here we go. I'm going to move Clayton 1 down. I'm going to go like that. And then I'm going to bring in Urquidy here. You know what? I'm going to go Bouchard. Yeah, let's go like that. So Dylan Files should have day 1, right? All right. Not necessarily who I want, but I have faith in it. We get the win. We take that loss, though. Win. There we go. We're still keeping this challenge alive a little bit. We have 2 wins. Can we get 1 more World Series out of this? Let's see who we get for this award. MVP for Mitch Garver, and then the World Series went to Rendon. Whew, that was big. That was a huge win. And now let's get into this final season, the 5th year. Can we make it 3 out of 5? All right, so out of all these negotiations, I'm going to let everybody go. It's crazy, right? And I'm like, do I sign Kershaw for a season? If I can, do I do it? Do I do it? You know what? It's Kershaw. We got to. So Kershaw and Soler. Everybody else is going to walk. I know you guys you're probably thinking, why would I do that? I know it's crazy, but that's just what's going to happen. So Soler didn't sign. That's tough. I'm going to add some of those guys to the 40-man. Arbitration, I'm going to do everybody. Keep the roster full, and then contracts everybody. So here we go. So the rotation is untouched, which is good. Like I actually like this rotation a lot. We need a lot of bullpen arms, and we have 1 in the farm system, at least just 1. And then we need Soler, a DH, and then I kind of want a new first baseman because I don't like Dominic Smith or Rios. So I think he's arbitration. If he's in arbitration, I'm not going to offer it to him. I don't even know if I'll bring back Josh Naylor. So let's take a peek. Let's see what we can find. Oh man, that's a big one. That might be the one player I go after the most. Final season. We're gonna make a couple pitching changes, and I think we're gonna try to acquire a first baseman. I don't know. So we're gonna trade Thomas Marco Barreto, who was a season 1 draft pick, I think, or season 2, and Dylan Floro for Alberto Ramirez. He looks really good, and he had a phenomenal season last year. So we're going to take him, and then I need a long reliever. So that's what I'm in the market for. I got to find one. I'm going to trade Michael Paez, Margavicius, and Velasquez for Francisco Bourbon. Looks good besides his hits per 9, and he's also got a nice amount of stamina, so we'll stick him in there. So this is the team. It looks good. You know, obviously a lot of young guys in the bullpen now. Joe Jimenez is somehow a freak all of a sudden, so we're going to give him a shot. And then we got Diaz and Lugo. Lugo I might put in the middle relief spot. And then starting rotation was fantastic. We're going to leave it the same. So I said I was in the market for a first baseman. But I looked, and I really like any of the first basemen available, I'm going to rock with this team. I guess I could go out for like a better catcher. I mean, I could see if there's one available, but let's see if there's a catcher. All right, I'm going to stick with this team. I like it. It looks really good. Arias, Conforto, Rendon, Bellinger being the big signing. We brought back Soler. We have Jeff Ballard, who's that center fielder. I moved him to left field, so he's gone up a couple more ratings, but like he looks insane. I think he's going to be a really good left fielder. Adames, Naylor, and Feliciano. That's a team. That is a stacked team. I look down here. We've got a couple bats here and there, but like no one that I'm like, yeah, they definitely should be starting. This is the best team we've assembled throughout this entire rebuild, pitching included. Now let's go see where we're ranked. Number 1, of course, defense and speed is our lowest, but I don't care. Like, this is a solid team. I'll see you guys for the final season. All right, so we're a wild card team, which is crazy. And I know it's going to be the Red Sox that, like, obviously won the division. We won 102 games, 60 losses. We're taking on the Royals. And like I said, I know the Red Sox, we missed it by 2 games, man. 2 games. Oh, that's tough. All right. Well, now we know, like, they're the main block that's keeping us away from that World Series. So Cody Bellinger had the most walks. Xander Bogaerts. Wow. Okay. Maybe the Royals are gonna be a tough team for us in this thing that we want, the World Series. Wow, that was tough. And this second baseman looks insane. Okay, so maybe the Royals might be a little bit of a stumbling block for us. So let's check the awards. We have Rookie of the Year and a bunch of Gold Gloves, but outside of that, nothing. So maybe Soler fell off. Maybe that was what happened. We did get Rookie of the Year though with Ballard, which is good to see. And let's take a look. Let's see how Bourbon did. Not great, which is disappointing. Ferguson was good. Ramirez was all right. Stahl was pretty good. Lugo was fantastic. Jimenez was good. And Diaz, yeah, the ERA was high, but that whip was really low. Kershaw was good. Urquidy, actually not as bad as I like initially thought. You know, Yarbrough was fantastic. This guy is going to be like Cy Young winner every single year for the rest of his career. I'm calling it now. This guy's insane. And then Dylan File, not so much. So that's disappointing. But let's take a look, see how the lineup did. The bench was okay. And then our starting lineup was Arias. He had like one of his best years. Conforto did well. Rendon did well. Cody Bellinger was fantastic. You know, like everybody was really good. Everybody was really good so far. Ballard did quite well. Adames not so much. Naylor did okay. You know what? That is a good season. That is a good season. And let's hop into it. It comes down to this. We're obviously going to play this, or not play it, but quick manage it. So let's hop into it. Alrighty, here we go. They have Luis Castillo on the mound. They've got, oh wow, they've got a good team. Oh wow. Yeah, all right. Yeah, this might be a tough road ahead of us. If we have to take on the Red Sox next, yeah, this is definitely going to be a tough one for sure. So it's still 2-0. We do have the lead. That double play was big to get us out of that inning. We were in a bit of a jam. So okay, so far so good. And like, man, that is tough. So let's see if we can get these runs back. There we go. Adames, he gets one of them back. We got that lead. And heading into the 9th, we have Diaz coming in to shut the door. We do it. All right, so we're taking on the, oh, they haven't figured it. We're taking on the Red Sox. Okay. Huh. So it's going to be like this. And hopefully we can, you know, turn things around. Game 1, we get the win. Game 2, we get the, oh, come on. There we go. Taking on Seattle now. File is not stepping on the mound for this one. Not at all. There we go. So, game 1, Kershaw. Win. Game 2, lose. Ooh. Bouchard. No. We're 1 game away from getting knocked out. Probably shouldn't have let Dylan File pitch. But maybe he would have turned things around in the postseason. Who knows? So, comes down to Kershaw to keep us alive. Going against Soroka, who I think is going to be like a modern-day Greg Maddux. And looking at their team, it doesn't look too outstanding as I say that. They're up 4-0. 4-0. I guess I said it too early, man. Like, 4-0. Wow. Okay, we get 1 back. But if like Kershaw can at least give me like 4 innings out of this game, I'll be fine with that. All right, we're back in it. Oh, there we go. Arias giving us the lead. And let's see if Kershaw's finally calmed down. Ballard gets a couple, adds another one. Okay, Kershaw's done. We're going to go to our... Ooh, they got a bunch of righties, though. So I guess Bourbon, or Bourbon, as it would be if he's Hispanic, which I would assume based off of his name. So you gave us a couple good innings. I'll take that. We're going to go to the bullpen now. Hopefully they can kind of close the door. Let's go Joe Jimenez. He does his job. If we can get a run here, that would be great. Rendon does just that. Jimenez, give us one more inning, please. There we go. I'm feeling it now. We have a 3-run lead. I'm going to go to Diaz, and Diaz shuts the door. We're still alive. Wow. Whew. All right. Final game of this series to go to the World Series. Who are we going to face? Who are we going to put on the mound? Yarbrough. Hopefully we can not lose. You know, that would be great. And going against Casey Mize, that's going to be a tough matchup for sure. And runner was thrown out. That was big for us. And our bats are non-existent right now. There we go. As I say that, Josh Naylor goes deep. Gives us a 2-0 lead. I'm liking that. Yarbrough, I'm going to take him out. And a bunch of righties. Let's go Ramirez. Bases loaded for the lefty. Let's go Ferguson. Gets us out of it. Just what we needed. That bases loaded jam. Wow. Okay. 7th inning. Jimenez again. He's been really good for us. He does it again. He does it again. 8th inning. Let's go Lugo. Perfect. And if we can get one more run here, perfect. Oh, man. Talk about just what we needed. Diaz comes in, and there we go. We'll be taking on the Cubs in the World Series. Okay. I'm okay with Bouchard taking game 1. Then we're going to go Urquidy. Yeah, actually, you know what? I like that. I'm okay with that. We'll get the starters rested a little bit, and 1 game away. Dylan File won us the World Series. Are you kidding me? We did it. 3 out of 5 years. I will take that. Is a big win for me. That never happens. So, Soler, MVP. Jeff Ballard, the Rookie of the Year, winning the World Series MVP. And let's take a look at how everyone performed. Dylan File actually was pretty good in his 2 outings. And you know what? I'm really happy with the team that we assembled. This was a really good team. Definitely was a dynasty. Multiple World Series appearances. Every season was a postseason appearance. And we won 3 out of the 5 years for World Series. Cody Bellinger was pretty bad in the World Series or postseason, whichever it was. But, whew, what a team. We're ending it there. Dynasty challenge completed, I think. I would call it that. I feel like that's a pretty good dynasty run. So I hope you did enjoy it. Thumbs up if you did down below. Subscribe to the channel if you're new and enjoyed the content. And of course, guys, get in the comment section. Let me know, do you think it's possible for a team to become a dynasty in today's baseball? I know kind of back in the day, it was a little bit easier because, you know, I just feel like there was bigger gaps between the teams. But I feel like nowadays, teams are starting to get a lot better. It's more competitive. So let me know what you guys think. That's about it, guys. I'm leaving you with 2 videos. Go and give them a watch if you haven't yet. All social media links are down in the description below. And I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.